Hi, it's JP with your report from the field. I want to tell you about what's happening in virtual sponsorships. Pretty exciting what's going on. So now we're out there selling a lot of virtual sponsorships. I know many of you are too. Overall, these are working and they are being sold. I have a couple of observations for you that might be helpful. First of all, avoid assumptions with your previous sponsors and maybe people that haven't sponsored before. Here's what we're finding. Some of your existing sponsors may have made a decision corporate-wide, they're not doing virtual events, okay? Understand that. But on the other hand, other folks that may not have gone to your trade show or had a booth are actually jumping to the front of the class and sponsoring programs. So don't assume just because they did it in the past or they did not do it in the past that that's what they're going to do in a virtual format. It's been very interesting to learn that. 2, prepare to spend some extra time explaining the new platform and promote those ideas as people are buying or considering buying. Okay, you're going to have to explain to them about how to set up a virtual booth. They've been setting up their in-person booth for 25 years, probably the same person. Okay, so you'll have to tell them about how it works a little bit different. That's going to be important. It's going to make the sales process a little bit longer, a little bit more involved, probably more activity. And then finally, be prepared to talk about the data that you will provide. That's what's making virtual programming very valuable for some of these companies, because it's clicking. Hey, I'm going to get data and information probably better than I had before in an in-person event. And folks, if you're implementing webinars and you're doing virtual programs and you're not getting data and you're not getting butts in the seats and you're not getting people to participate, let me tell you, your sponsors aren't going to want to buy. The first thing they're going to ask on some of these sponsorship programs, how many people do you expect to show up? How many people are registered? How many people are watching these webinars? If you don't have that data, good luck. It's going to be tough to sell those. Some observations from the field on virtual sponsorship sales.